Yo, what is going on? It's the DFS Shark, and we are back with another day of some NBA hoops coming at you. It is now January 24th, and we are coming off a losing day yesterday. It was Taco Tuesday, so a rare losing day on Taco Tuesday. Usually Taco Tuesdays are my absolute best day where I absolutely crush it with the plays, because I usually bundle those tacos up into two-man power plays with all of my top plays. But yesterday we did not have a winning day. Our lineup, our main five-man lineup hit 3 out of 5 plays hit, right? So if you hit 3 out of 5 on PrizePicks as a flex play, then you get basically 40% of your entry fee back, right? So let's just say you play 10, right? You'll get $4 back. So still a loss. At the end of the day, I lost a split between the top 2 plays as well. So a loss at the end of the day. But we're going to get into that and jump into that here in a bit. Before we get started with everything, there is a code below if you are new to PrizePicks. If you've never played on PrizePicks before, if you're kind of been searching up PrizePicks, you're not really sure if you want to get started, man, drop that code in at sign up. They'll give you up to 100% match deposit bonus, right? So if you just want $20 to start off with, throw 20 in there, they're going to match you $20, right? And so you have up to $40 total. You have your own section in there where it even shows like bonus money, and that's where they throw that money in there, right? So take advantage of that promo if you haven't signed up. If you are going to sign up, definitely use the code, because you don't want to sign up and not put a code and lose out on the chance to get some free money, basically, right? But yeah, that code is down below. It's going to be in the description as well. I'll throw it in the comments as well so you can have that. If you ever want to come back to it, it'll be in every video. I'll throw it in there for you to have, right? But get on there, get that free money, and figure out which style of play works best for you in PrizePicks. And like I always say, if you got any questions about how PrizePicks works, how the payout works, everything like that, drop it in the comments. I'm happy to help you. Someone else was asking me the other day if they should play a flex play or power play, or what even the difference is, and I was kind of breaking that down for them. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the comments about it. And also join the Discord if you want to get access to these plays early, right? Because I already threw these plays I'm about to go over. I threw them in the Discord this morning at about 6:30, 6:40 this morning. That's usually when I'm up doing my research, figuring out what plays and where the values are. I do them early because as the day goes on, every hour that passes, a lot of lines get removed, right? Sometimes I'll make slips later in the day if I'm seeing some new values pop up, but a lot of times the best values get removed early, which is why a lot of people put in their plays the nights before, right? Which is smart. It's just not all the lines are always there. So I like doing it early in the morning so I can really take advantage of all the plays before they get bumped or marked up or whatever the case. But join that Discord if you want to get in there early and get access to these plays. It's absolutely free as well. But let's jump into yesterday's plays. Let's throw that up here. And as you can see, we'll start with our 5-man slip here, right? So our top play, Jeremy Grant, right? Under 2.5 assists. He only ended up hitting 1 assist. So the game went perfect. He ended up playing under 30 minutes like I hoped would happen. The game did not go how I wanted as well. So in yesterday's video, I talked about how the Thunder were at -14. This is most likely going to be a blowout, and Grant's going to get decreased minutes because of that. And he was already struggling to hit that line even at full minutes, right? It did not go that way. The Thunder ended up winning that game, I believe, by only 2 or 3 points, and they were losing the whole game. So that just shows you, man, the NBA, it's crazy how things can happen, right? The Blazers were supposed to lose that game by 14 plus points, and they almost won the game, right? So that's the way it rolls sometimes in the NBA. So Grant did get a good amount of minutes still. I think he still got under 30, right at 29, I believe, and he still didn't hit the line. So that just shows you, even with the limited minutes, he definitely wasn't going to hit that line. So we were on the good side there. And then Dinwiddie, if you watched yesterday's video, kind of went on a little rant about him and how these last 3 games, he's got increased minutes. The last 3 games before this game, he was averaging about 34 minutes a game, right? He was shooting better and everything like that. And this game was the complete opposite. I guess we just happened to be on the game where they decided to put him back on that restriction because he only played 19 minutes. He ended up getting 4 assists as well. So you can see if he would have had another 10 minutes, he would have easily hit that line because his like every 5 minutes, basically, he was getting an assist. So I tuned into that game, and when I saw it, he was getting a wide open three, and he pretty much airballed that. Like, he missed everything. And then from that point, I saw the coach pulled him. He didn't come back in until the second quarter with like 2 or 3 minutes left. So I don't know. He was just shooting poorly. Missing your shots that bad, I mean, you're probably going to get pulled. They had Smith come off the bench who started playing well, so that didn't help us. So Dinwiddie, if he would have just got his minutes, we would have hit this line. But unfortunately, like I said, that's the way it rolls sometimes, right? Herbert Jones, nothing we can do there. I mean, he just had a really good night. That's going to happen when you have unders. Players are just going to ball out, right? A newbie ended up hitting for us, right? We had the less than. It ended up being a big Brunson and Randall night, like I hoped would happen. And so we were good there. And then Torian Prince underplayed what I thought he would. You know, I thought he would have a better game. Just wasn't hitting his shots as much. I didn't really get to tune into that game as much, so I don't know the whole story there. But he did hit the line for us, which I'm happy with, right? So 3 out of 5 on the day. And like I said, if you win 3 out of 5 on PrizePicks, on a flex play, you win 40% of your entry fee back. So you don't lose your whole fee, but it's still considered a loss. My top 2 plays split. So that's a loss there. On the 2-man power plays, you have to win both to win 3x your money, right? And then we have all the tacos as well. So 3 tacos released yesterday. I believe all the tacos hit. I'll have to double check, right? I'm not sure if all the tacos hit, but all my plays, I basically, in my 2-man power plays, I went 1 for 3. And so usually these are the days I crush it. I usually go 3 for 3 on these tacos, right? Yesterday, it just didn't happen that way. Still, even hitting 1 for 3, I'm breaking even on all those tacos because, like I said, on a 2-man power play, you get 3 extra money. So if you have 3-man power plays, you just need to hit one of those to break even, right? If you hit 2 out of 3, you're in the profit. And if you hit 3 out of 3, obviously you're winning everything, right? You're 9xing your money. So that's the way it rolls, man. Tuesdays are where I absolutely crush it. Those are my favorite days every week. But it is what it is. We got Flex Friday coming up. And if you're not familiar with Flex Friday on PrizePicks, they basically give you a $20 free play every single Friday, right? I haven't had no luck with that play for some reason. I always my lineups just get crushed every Friday, but it's a free play. If you lose your money on Fridays, they refund it to you the next morning, right? So it's free money to play with as well. So PrizePicks has a ton of specials. They also got a McCaffrey special right now where he's at a half yard. So he just needs 1 yard this weekend. So I'm going to probably wait until closer to that game and then bundle that up with something. And I'm probably going to throw that in the Discord as well. But that's it for yesterday's plays, man. Let's dive in today. Let's take a look and see what we got going on. All right, so let's dive into DGF here and take a look. So taking a look, I always filter this down by NBA and look at the top odds to hit. So if you just want to get an idea of what the top plays on Daily Grind are, and you're catching this video early, maybe these lines will still be here. These will be good plays for you to put it in, right? So the top play on Daily Grind at the moment is Jabari Smith Jr., blocks and steals over 1.5. And they have this at a minus 135. You can see DraftKings and BetMGM have this at a minus 135, 53.77%. Xavier Tillman, rebounds and assists under 10.5, 53.58. So you're getting a 3.3% edge on both of these plays, right? Xavier Tillman, they like him a lot today. They got 2 plays on him, 2 different lines, right? So DGF is a tool, really a tool if you don't have all the time in the world to do research and dive in and look at numbers and crunch numbers and all that. DGF is the perfect tool for you because you can literally just hit this refresh button here. I hit that refresh button and it's going to basically sync with PrizePicks, sync with all these sports books, and give you updated lines every second. Every time you refresh, it's going to give you updated lines. So if this line was gone all of a sudden, most likely PrizePicks took that line off or the line got bumped. And so it's no longer a value play, right? So take advantage of Daily Grind if you use it. If you want to try it out and see if it's for you, I partnered up with them, and if you drop the code in Shark at checkout, they will hook you up with a 25% off your first month, right? But let's dive in, man. Let's dive into the plays and see what we got going on for today. I always start with my number 2 play of the day. And so let's dive into that. Let's go. So we're going to be going to the Wizards game here. We're going to Washington, right? And the play is going to be on Avdi. I believe I'm saying that right. Is it Denny? We're going to call him Avdi, right? Because I believe that is how you pronounce it, right? But the play we like on Avdi, and wow, it is actually already gone. So the play is gone already. The line I had was under 3.5 assists, right? And it's hard to make these videos without a play being gone. This happened yesterday too. My top play, Jeremy Grant, under the 2.5 assists was already gone. The play I had on Avdi here was 3.5 assists under. Put this in 10 minutes ago. It's already gone. And usually that's the way I do. I put these plays in, I send them on the Discord, and then I start recording these videos. But this happens, from time to time. Actually, not time to time. Usually every video, these plays are gone. But a lot of y'all play on other sites like Chalkboard, Sleeper, Underdog, Parlay Play, all these different sites, right? And so this is going to be my play. If you see it on there, Denny or Avdi, under 3.5 assists, right? So let's still take a dive in and look and see why I'm liking this play, right? So we got the Wizards at home plus 11.5 spread, right? So a huge spread for them at home. It should be a blowout, but you never know. Like I said, the Blazers and Thunder game last night was a plus 14, and it ended up being a really good close game. So you never know, but the spread has this being a blowout on the Thunderwolf side, right? And Avdi isn't someone who has been crushing this line. He's actually been hitting the over 3.5 lately. So he's actually been playing well lately. So I'm a little bit against the trends on this one, right? Which is kind of rare, but I'm more on the sides of the odds makers on this one. Because if you take a look, you can see they are heavy on this plate, right? Minus 140 BetMGM, minus 139 at Caesars, minus 135 at DraftKings. So they are heavy on this line for him to go under this line here, right? And a big part of that is just because of the blowout potential in this game, right? And you can see, like, we're looking at his last 5. He's only hit this line 40% of the time. Last 10, 30. Last 20, 40. Head-to-head, 50. For the year, he's only at 43%. So he's gone over 57% of the time on this line, right? And he has big games of going over, right? And so with this game, it's more about the spread more than anything, the blowout potential here, right? Because if you take a look and you filter in an outlier, there's multiple ways to use it. You can use it to look at trends. I always suggest to dive in and really use it to its full advantage, right? And so the spread is 11, right? So they're getting blown out a lot, though, the Wizards. That's just how it is, right? They're getting blown out a lot. So we adjust this. Let's see. Games where they lost by 11. These are some of the things I like to look at. So he's still at 39%, right, when they've lost by 11. And you can see he's averaging about 25 points a game. So he doesn't play heavy minutes, right? He's not pushing 30 plus every night. He does every now and then, but he's not always pushing 30 plus, right? So take a look at this, 25 minutes per game, right? So if we take off this, regardless of the spread, right, and we put him at 25 minutes or less, he's at 64% on the season on the under, right? We can even increase this a little and see how it adjusts it, right? If we go to 26 minutes or less, 63%, 65. So if we go all the way to 28, he's at about a 52% rate. It all depends with me. With unders, I like playing players that are favored on the blowouts, right there on the losing side, because there's just a chance of blowouts. So blowouts means the starters are going to play less minutes. So I like taking advantage of that. But also a lot of times on unders, even if there's players that are hitting heavy 30 plus minutes, I will still play them if the trends and everything like that show that even with full minutes, they still can't hit this line consistently, right? And that's actually a good example. Our first play is actually just like that. So Avdi, we're going to be going less than on 3.5 and assists. Like I said, this is heavy favorited. PrizePicks already took it off, which means we were definitely on the right side. And so let's look at RotoWire and see what they have. So they have him playing exactly at 28 minutes, right? And they have him at 3.4 assists. So just below that mark, right? Just below that mark. I think if we can keep him under 30 minutes, under 28 minutes for the game, I think we'll be in good shape to hit this number, right? So Abdi is going to be my first play. And let's roll to the second play of the day, right? Let's go back to PrizePicks here. Hopefully this line is not removed, right? We're going to go into the Hornets game, right? We're going to go Miles Bridges, and the line is less than 3.5. So this line is actually removed also, right? So that's why it's super important if you want to get these plays early, to join the Discord. Like I said, as soon as I put these plays in, I throw them in the Discord. So they're timestamped, the time they even went in there. Let's see, I can even take a look on my phone real quick and see what time I sent those. So 6:46 a.m. this morning, I sent those plays in the Discord, right? And I was able to get Miles Bridges at less than 3.5 assists. And now the line is completely gone. And this was also a heavy juiced line, which means that we are on the right side on both of these top plays. So I'm feeling very confident about that, right? So Miles Bridges, let's dive into why I like this play, right? First, let's pull up the spread here. The Hornets are a +3 on the road, right? So Miles Bridges, he is a player that plays heavy minutes. And keep in mind that the Hornets just traded Rozier. They got Kyle Lowry in exchange and some, draft picks and things like that. But Kyle Lowry is going to be out this game. He is not going to be playing. So I think Miles Bridges, Ball should be playing this game. They're going to be carrying a heavy workload, Miles Bridges. But I think a lot of that's going to be just depend on him scoring, not necessarily passing, right? He's not even a big passer anyway. So I don't think he's just going to become one with one of their top scorers being gone, right? They're going to need him to be more aggressive and score some points, right? So Miles Bridges, let's take a look at some of his numbers here, right? He's a player that plays heavy minutes, right? And so there's no blowout potential in this game. It could end up being a blowout, but there's not blowout potential looking at the spread. But he has been under this line at a good rate this season. This is why I like this play. This is most likely a reason why I got bumped. So last 5, he's gone under this line 100% of the time. His last 10, he's gone under 80% of the time. Last 20, 65%. And for the year, he's hit this, and 30 games played, he's hit this at 67% of the time, right? So let's filter this down, but let's see if he plays better or worse at home on the road. So on the road, he's hitting this at 69% of the time. So we get a 2% bump on the road as well, right? So Miles Bridges, he's a player. I like him as a player. I mean, I think he's a really good player, him and his brother, right? They're both really good players, but I just think he's going to be a lot more aggressive shooting the ball today. I don't think he's going to be getting as much assist, right? And I'm hoping this game ends up being a blowout, right? It could swing either way. Both these teams are not playing the greatest this year, as you know, but this game could go either way. But I'm liking Miles Bridges, and the fact that this got pulled tells me that I'm on the right side, because if I take a quick look here on where the odds makers are, BetMGM -135, Caesars -135, and then DraftKings FanDuel -130 and up, basically. So if you have all the sports books on a -130 and up, and even a couple -135 and up, you're on a really good side of the line. You're on the favored side. And over time, if you just keep putting those plays in like that, you're going to cash over time, right? And so let's take a look at Miles Bridges on RotoWire and see what they have, right? So they have him coming in at 38 minutes, which is probably pretty realistic. He plays heavy minutes, but even with those minutes, they have him at 3.2 assists, right? So he's a guy that's going to be in all game pretty much. He just always is. He's one of their guys. So he's going to be in, but even with him having those minutes, I'm still liking him going under, because he's shown game after game this season, averaging 36 minutes a game, that even with heavy minutes, he has not been able to hit this line consistently, right? So let's dive into the next plays, right? I'm going to kind of just skip over Daily Grind today because I showed you the odds there. But Daily Grind is the spot to dive deeper into some more sports books and see what they're on. But I want to try to get this video out to you as soon as I can because those first 2 lines are already gone. Hopefully these aren't yet. So Nurkic, the line I had was less than 14.5 points and assists. So this line's still here. Nurkic less than 14.5 points and assists, right? So this is a play I like. I think they're going to be real dependent on Bill, Durant, Booker, and Grayson Allen. We have a play on him also this game. But I think Nurkic, he's been going under this line like crazy, Lester. Recently, like I said, last 5 doesn't tell you the whole story at all, but he has been going under this line a lot. So I'm liking this play on Nurkic. Our next play is going to be Dort on the Thunder, right? We have him over 10.5 points. Good thing these lines are still here. He's been a guy that's been super hot recently. So I'm going to ride that trend there and see if he can continue this hot streak. He's been shooting the ball well. He is a 40% 3-point shooter. So if he can knock down like 3 threes for us, that's 9 points right there, right? So Dort's a guy I like a lot. And for our last play, we're going to be going Grayson Allen. And I like over 11.5 points for Grayson Allen here, right? He feeds off those guys like Durant. He benefits from having those guys because he is a really good shooter. And so he gets a lot of wide open looks, right? And you can see the damage he can do. He can put up 20 plus in a game, right? Most nights he's not going to do that just because the big 3, they're going to be taking most of the shots. But when he gets his opportunities to hit his shots, he hits them a lot of times and he gets some really good looks. So I'm liking Grayson Allen to go above this 11.5 point line. And to quickly recap, so our top play of the day is Miles Bridges less than 3.5 assists. The line has been bumped already. Number 2, Avda on the Wizards less than 3.5 assists, both the same line. Our number 3 play Nurkic 14.5 points and assists less than. Dort more than 10.5 points, and then Allen more than 11.5 points. Boom. And that's going to be it for our PrizePicks plays for today. You can see the importance of getting in the Discord if you want to get these plays early, because those top 2 plays, Bridges and it was Avda, less than 3.5 assists on both of those, and the lines already got bucked 10 minutes after I put them in. And a big reason for that is because, like I said, I play heavy juice lines. I'm trying to find the edge. And that's a big part of putting plays in super early like I do, because once these lines are bumped or moved like that, they usually never go back or they never throw them back on the board. So you're missing some good value if you're putting your plays in later in the day. You're definitely missing plays because they're just always going to be less plays later in the day, unless a bunch of players get added from a certain game. But most times all the plays are on the board early in the morning, right? But yeah, with that said, I mean, if you can get these plays in anywhere else on Chalkboard, Sleeper, I know you can adjust lines on a couple of sites. I think on Chalkboard you can adjust and you have alternate lines. I don't play on those sites, but it's pretty cool. You can do that, right? Discord is a spot to be if you want to get these plays early, because like I said, there's no guarantee these plays are going to be there by the time this video gets out. You can see by the time I'm making these videos, even when I'm making the video, the plays are already getting bumped. So there's a good chance the other 3 might not even be there by the time you're seeing this, right? So the Discord is definitely the spot to be. But if you're new to the channel, I'm going over my plays like this every single day. I'm sharing my insights. I'm sharing my analysis, what I'm looking at, stats, trends, where the odds makers are and things like that, and trying to really help you out and give you an edge in any way I can. And the main goal of this channel, I've said from time and time again, is for us to beat PrizePicks together, right? Whether that's you putting my plays in with me and we can, ride it out together, or if you're just kind of trying to see what everyone else is on in the market, right? I'll show you how to utilize these tools to their full advantage as well. So you don't always have to rely on me if you don't have to, if you don't want to, right? Dive in there and use them yourself and really start building out your own system and things like that. I've built multiple systems out of these sites that really help me take advantage of these lines. So there's a lot of different routes you can go with it. But with that said, drop some likes, man. Hit that like. It really helps me grow, helps my channel grow. Drop some comments in as well. You want to drop that comment in with the shark emoji, go ahead for it, right? But that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Take care.